Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We play to win. Let's go. Right there.
Lucky 48.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. And the Vikings winning 19 of those games, but maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation, and then the Falcons would get the victory in OT. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Oh, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Ready? 280. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, defense, let's go.
Here's the second year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
And the judge does a nice job there of navigating and picking up some yardage. Remember, no Tevin Coleman in the backfield, so he's moved up in the pecking order, getting a lot of playing time for these Atlanta Falcons.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
54. Let's go.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
The Vikings take over. Let's go, baby. At their own 25-yard line. Right there.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. A good gain there on first down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Double tight.
We got 3 down.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And that one blown up quickly. as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
Three buzz. Whip. Watch the whip. Hey, Ken.
59's Mike. Check. 59. He's tired of me.
Where's the hot?
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Hey, here we go.
A first down carry for Smith. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Ready, we're ready. Back 25.
Here we go.
Ready, sit up.
They keep it with Smith on first down. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Let's get it. Ready. 525.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Let him go. Blitz, blitz, blitz.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
And his kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Watch the run. Watch the
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action now, Cousins. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Hey, let's get this.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And this one to Treadwell, complete. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
10 more yards.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to the ground, Cook. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
That's it, baby.
Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A toss to Cook, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. 30, 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, South.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
54 Mike. Good. Watch the twist.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Was looking for Ridley again, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Quick throw from Ryan here to Ridley. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on 1st down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 18.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
A give to Cook out of the gun. Cook stripped. The ball's out. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Ito Smith trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Ready, Blue 80! Blue 80!
Mike 54. Not today, you aren't. Not today.
Blue 80, got it!
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Falcons.
Ready!
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They'll run on first down. It's Smith, and running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Throwing on second down, Ryan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.